Hey, friend. Exactly. So the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle been active on these Instagram streets. And then apparently Coleslaw, aka Dandruff, Swamp Cat, whatever we gonna call her, she didn't have time to get a hot oil treatment, but she came down here to shade Mel as well. Exactly. So we're gonna talk about all of the things. Melody, Martell, Mel was just on TikTok live. She showed the police report, so she has evidence. I'm sure everybody didn't see how it hit the blogs, child. So we got a lot to talk about with Pinky and the Brain. Exactly. And Pinky is the skinny one, right? Yeah, and Brain is the short, fat. I don't know. The Brain is bald headed, but Martell couldn't possibly be the Brain. Coleslaw can't be the Brain. I don't know. There was we'll call him Tom and Jerry. Anyway, welcome back, friend. Exactly. So I have a little bit to talk about. Actually, I got a lot to talk about. Like I said, we're gonna talk about Mel and Martell. I'm gonna keep y'all updated on everything that was going on with that. We also gonna talk about Funky. So somebody, thank you, best friend. Somebody commented on my last video I did and asked me, did I see what Funky said about his fans? Now, mind you, I don't watch Funky. I don't watch Funky or whatever, but I do, keep up with the salacious stuff that he says. So I went back and watched what he had to say. And then House of Aaron, shout out to House of Aaron, he one of my faves. He did a video on it as well. Girl, I'm gonna tell y'all what Funky had to say, but he was dragging his fans, and then I got so deep in the game, I read across Armon video, and when I tell y'all Armon drug the dog shit out of Funky, I had to subscribe to Armon again because I be going back and forth with Armon. Sometimes I unsubscribe when he say some stuff I don't like, and then I subscribe back, girl, because he was a key. Ain't that what he say? He was a key child. It was a cackle. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about that. We also gonna talk about strong. No, we also gonna talk about Claressa. Exactly. She's been in the blogs lately because she was talking about how she hates when people talk about papoose and people calling her ugly, which was crazy because, like, girl, we didn't say you was ugly. We just said we don't like your kitten heels. We don't like your styles. I need you to flat iron that leave out. You know what I'm saying? Just regular stuff that us girlies have to deal with. Child. And then lately she was coming for the gays. I don't know. My gay best friends. She had a little something to say. I want to talk about it though, because somebody actually commented and was like, no, your gay male friends can elevate your style. I really want to know what y'all think about that. And y'all might not like what I got to say about it. Anyway, so make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video. I'm trying to get to 17,000. I want to get to 17,000 by today. No, I have an interview dropping later on today. So literally, hopefully I do get to 17,000 by this weekend or something. Just show you girly some love. Okay, so let's get into this Mel and Martell shit first, child. Okay, so after the shit hit the fan yesterday because somebody then pissed off my good Scorpio sister, all of the blogs picked up Melody saying that Martell punched her. She was involved in DV. He pulled the soldier boy out on her. And people in the comments, I talked about the women and the pick-me's in the comments and what they had to say. And Melody literally was just on TikTok live and read the police report. So this was an actual occurrence and it was actually documented. So after that last night, hold on. First let's talk about what Martell's response was. So apparently Martell sends something to Tasha K. And for those of y'all who follow me on Instagram, I posted all of this on my Instagram story. But since we here, let's talk about it. Okay. So he sent this to Tasha K. He said, really, LMAO. I said, laughing my ass off. Anything to sell those products. If I would have did any of those things, I'd be under the jail. She's mad because I only had to pay a $300 fine in the Revenge P case. She wore her Sunday's best thinking I was going to jail over a weak-ass text message. You saw who the abuser was with all those videos I shared with you. So he's referencing during the interview. Remember, he had a whole bunch of videos that well, it's like 2 or 3, where Mel was getting ready to knock him upside his head and knock his head in between the washer and dryer. But we later found out that motherfucker, you took some money out of her account. I would do worse. I would have sprayed your eyeballs out of your sockets. Anyway, so Melody responded in her TikTok to this. First of all, she said, Sunday's best, bitch, I always look good. Belle said, Sunday's best, bitch, I always look good. And then she said, you had on your tight. She said, let me stop. On Mel TikTok live today, she responded to this and she said, he talking about, she's like, hold on a second, y'all. This is important. Okay, she said, Mel said, you talking about I'm wearing my Sunday's best, bitch, I always look good. Like, okay. And then she was like, you had on that tight suit like you always do. I was like, girl, you stupid. Anyway, so she was like, I didn't wear this thinking you was going to jail, because before the court date, I already knew that you weren't going to jail, because they told me that you were going to plead guilty to a lesser charge. So she was like, that's null and void. And she said, I don't need this to sell my products. First of all, I use 7th Avenue Beauty and re-up every few months, so I know. So she was basically like, I haven't talked about y'all in years. The only reason I'm talking about it now is because just the other day you were still trying to harass me, and stop playing in my motherfucking face. That was pretty much the moral of the story. So this is what Melody had to say last night. She posted a series of things on her story as well. It was really going down last night, child. I said, woo. So this is Mel's Instagram stories. She said, Anthony, you might want to shut up and keep my... Y'all, this is how I read text messages. She said, Anthony, she's talking to the blogger that she's currently engaged in. They have a civil lawsuit, back and forth. I'm assuming this is because Anthony did a video over the Melody, over, what Melody had to say, and the video of Martell harassing her. And I watched the video, but I'm going to keep my comments to myself. But this is what Mel said. Mel said, Anthony, you might want to shut up and keep my name out your mouth, hotcakes. Why the fuck she called? Somebody tell me why that girl called him hotcakes. She said, Anthony, you might want to shut up and keep my name out your mouth, hotcakes. My countersuit is already looked really good over. Don't make the number higher. So Mel is I'm assuming Mel is filing a countersuit against him and is asking for damages. Considering the video that I saw, if she files a countersuit, the evidence is on YouTube. I don't know. She said, we do have a new hearing coming up shortly. Since the courts failed to inform me and my attorney of a court date, check the docs, boo. It's been filed. Child, let me write myself a note. Let me write myself a note to follow that case. Okay. So she had words for Anthony, child. She said, now I'll see you at the next hearing. She said, worry about your 11,000 lawsuits you filed. Hold on. She said, now I don't know who this is for. I don't know if it's still for Anthony or someone else. She said, worry about your 11,000 lawsuits you filed and still have pending. Mind your business. That's right. You have none except running behind folks you wish you could be. Who is she talking about? I didn't know who that was for. I don't know if it's still for Anthony, another YouTuber. I don't know. Then she said, to my A1 day ones, I've been sitting back for months ignoring the ignorance, the lies, the disrespect to me, my mother, and my children from a lot of people. And I can attest to that, because the way these people be talking about her kids and her mama and stuff, I would have been crashed out on y'all dog ass. She says, so please don't tell me to leave it be. It's a time for peace and a time for war. Signed, Scorpio male. I said, what? Signed, Scorpio male. She said, not Sunday's best. You be watching me so hard talking about Martell. She said, my Sunday's best, the 7th Avenue Beauty Way. Just say thank you. That's all you should have been saying. I'm assuming thank you because I let you slide. So that's what Mel had to say. And then Arion tried to come through with a little subliminal post about Mel as well. Tell me what y'all think dandruff. Oh shit. Let me try to hide that part. Exactly. I'm tripping. Okay, so this is what Dandruff Curry had to say. She said, I had to screenshot it because she posted and deleted it. Exactly. She said, oh, hold on. Let me stop sharing this because you can kind of see what I said at the top. Anyway, it says, someone will always have something to say about you, whether it's out of admiration or jealousy. Either way, you're unbothered because you're making shit happen while they're talking about you. Did you say jealousy or admiration? Are you trying to say that Mel is jealous of you? Ain't nobody jealous of you, split ends. How is she jealous of you, but yet your man is running behind her talking about her and her man? That's what I don't get. I wouldn't think a girl was jealous of me and my man is making a U-turn following her, harassing her. And I believe in those recordings that Anthony Lofty's dropped a few months ago, she said herself that she don't know if he still want her or not. So I don't think that Dandruff is that stupid. I think she knows that Martell is still obsessed with Mel. You know it. Us women know. You know in the back of your head if a man is still in love with his ex. And the signs are glaring. I mean, bitch, if you still wondering, rub on Martell globe ass head and ask the forces that the powers that be. Is he still in love with Mel? Now let's get to Globehead. Okay, so this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle then had a lot to say as well on Instagram. A lot, baby. So this is what Martell had to say on Instagram today. Let's look at Martell's stories, child. It's been a busy day. You know what? And this is a shame, Carlos, because this is way more entertaining than what's on Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I digress. Okay, so this is Martell Holt, child. So
you don't have to answer.
This is the interview that Melody did a long time ago with Dr. Heavenly. Mel actually replied to this. She issued a response in her TikTok. I'm gonna tell y'all what Mel said. She said, this is what Martell posted. I never punched you. You continue to lie. If you need to get back on Love and Marriage Huntsville, just say that. Missing these checks while taking care of your married boyfriend / security and his wife. What the fuck? I said, boy, Mel, I would go ahead and sue him too. I would definitely sue Martell. So whatever little checks you still getting on Love and Marriage Huntsville, I want Dandruff Social Security checks. I'm sure she get SSI or something. She got to because she's slow as hell. Anyway, I would definitely get on his ass about this. He's talking about if you need to get back on Love and Marriage Huntsville, just say that. I'm sure if Melody wanted to get back on there, all she got to do is do like this. Carlos says she can come back whenever the hell she wants to. And they would kill to have Mel back because she's the star of the show. Let's be clear. Melody said in her live, I believe she said, I'm not going to finance my abuse or something. I was like, girl, you better speak a word. Anyway, so this is the interview.
You don't want to. Heavenly. Was Martell ever physically abusive?
No, I mean, me and Martell, I will say this, Martell and I had our moments like some people probably do, but I'm not one of those women who ever gonna just be, I personally am not one of those women who, I'm kind of let me see how I can say it. I'm kind of strong in the sense of I'm not one who would sit around and be abused physically.
Mm-hmm. So in this interview, Melody says that Martell has never been physically abusive to her. She says she's strong and she's not the type to sit around and be physically hurt. She replied to this on a TikTok live today and said that she was just trying to protect Martell. She was like, this somebody I have kids with and I hope to co-parent with, and I was just trying to protect him. And then a lot of ladies in the comments were talking about their DV situations and how they were protecting them. I told y'all once before, I've always been the girl to fight for my friends when they go through stuff like this or whatever. So I do know that to be true, that a lot of girls who go through domestic situations, feel free to let us know if you want to share in the comments. Sometimes it'll help somebody else who may be going through a situation like that. Some people don't admit it because they're embarrassed. I know I'm a strong girly and I got touched before or whatever, and I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed because a person would never think that, you know what I'm saying? I would allow a man to put his hands on me. But anyway, so that's what Mel had to say in response to this. This is what else.
See how toxic it was in that house?
He said the person who has always been the abuser is no longer on my show. Hashtag LAMH. Martell is feeling himself because Mel is no longer on the show. And baby, it ain't your show. At this point, it's Marceau's show. Because he is the star as far as like the men are concerned. You check Maurice, but I can't wait to see Martell and Marceau go head to head. Anyway, he said, the star of my show, baby, you can't even pass your builder's license. You can barely read. Like I said, you read with your fingers, bitch. So, girl, I guess, child.
Hold on. Oh, yes, it was. Like yes, it was. Stop. That's why I beat your ass that time.
Oh, no. Mel said that's why I beat your ass that time. So, he's saying Mel is...
I'm trying to hear.
Okay, so this is Mel.
He's saying that. Know that.
I remember this. I remember that situation. He said, I don't care what a person says to you. Never put your hands on them nor cause them harm. Black people, stop supporting women abusing men. Ooh, child, stop supporting her business. It supports domestic violence. If this ain't some narcissistic manipulation type of shit, he is trying to hide behind the veil of DV and tell people to stop supporting this girl business. If this ain't the most narcissistic, manipulative shit I've ever heard in my life, we literally sat here and watched you admit to try to manipulate her with revenge P. She also told us that you hit her with pillows during the cash trip, and it was edited out, Carlos King. And Kimmy and Maurice, wasn't y'all still saying that he was a good guy? I remember that because didn't Marceau, security couldn't get a hold of Martell. Marceau had to go in the room and physically remove Martell from that room. If y'all remember, the scene was cut and Marceau had to physically restrain Martell, get him up out that room. So is that when that occurred, when he was hitting Mel with the pillows? Girl. But now your whole ass talking about she's the one with the DV and don't support her business. This bitch is something else. This is a post from the group In Reality with the King. It says the fact that Carlos thought it was so funny and okay for Mel to throw a glass at Martell that could have injured him, the Fletchers or a member of his team, is disgusting. He even skated over the fact that Mel said she beat Martell's ass. Like Martell said, had that been a man, all hell would have broke loose. But since it is Mel, she gets a pass and it is a laughing matter. Yet she is out here selling hoodies saying she stands against abuse while saying and showing she is abusive. Then Carlos using it to promote his live podcast show is disgusting. Make it make sense. Now, in this post, they dragging Carlos. I mean, Martell, did you forget this show boss? Exactly. That's why Carlos is putting Marceau in front of your quote unquote show. Anyway, it says the abuser is no longer on the show. She been using Martell Holt to promote her business through lies and abuse and domestic violence. It's sad, everyone. Y'all thought she was the victim. The fact that Martell is trying to spin this narrative to act like he is the victim is textbook narcissist behavior. It's kind of sick and crazy. It literally is kind of sick and crazy. I don't know, friend. So that's what Martell had to say, talking about his show. Like I said, as far as the men are concerned, that's Marceau's show. You might have checked Maurice, but I would love to see you try to check Marceau. I want to see how that's gonna play out. And no offense, but Carlos is trying to phase you out and bring Marceau to the front, unless you bring in coleslaw on there. And Dandruff, I'm over it, child. Anyway, Martell is a piece of fucking work. Anyway, so Melody did a TikTok live. She responded to a lot of that. You know, one thing I don't like when people do stuff to you and then try to police your reaction. A lot of times men will sit up and say and do certain things to you. And then if you lash out in anger or do something like that, it's like, oh, look at her. She crazy. Bitch, did you forget what you did? I don't know. Anyway, she pulled out, she talked about the aunties defending Martell, which I already talked about them. The type of woman who would defend Martell is just not the type of woman that I deal with. You know what I'm not even finna waste my breath on a bitch like you. Exactly. You won't even get my carbon dioxide, ho. Anyway, she pulled out the police report from the incident where she said he pulled out the pow pow. It was December the 8th, 2020. She said they were exchanging belongings. She was giving him his laptop. He was supposed to be giving her the Christmas lights because it was right before Christmas. She said that once they were exchanging it, he said that, hey, he didn't want it. He locked the door. He shoved her. She said he grabbed her phone, made her break her nail, and basically was being acting crazy. She said he pulled out a long GUN from his room. She said she grabbed a knife and he said, I should blank you. I've been thinking about it and I decided to. And Mel ran and got in her car. And she said she went and filed the police report. So she showed the police report. So this is an actual incident that occurred. I'm not sure why Mel didn't press charges I'm not here to police anybody's process as far as being a victim is concerned, because everybody's process is different. Somebody can process something just like grief. Sometimes it takes 30 minutes. I'm calling the police. Sometimes it takes 30 days, 3 years, however long. Different people process things and handle things in different times. I'm not here to police that. Anyway, so tell me what y'all think about all of the Melody and Martell stuff. It's giving everything is hitting the fan. I bet you Chipmunk Chief Carlos, all he care about is why this ain't on the show, because this is like the top of the news and the blogs and nobody's talking about the show. The Scotts don't even want to tell us what's going on in their real marriage. It's giving Melody is just fed up with his ass. It's giving Melody is just fed up with his ass. The fact that he's trying to flip it around like he's the victim is insanity to me. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think about it in the comments. Do y'all think Melody is telling the truth about all the DV based off what we've seen from Martell? I've always thought Martell got physical with her. Y'all can go and look at my old videos. This is all alleged and in my opinion. Let me put my little banner across the bottom or whatever. Just based off of his behavior, if he would do all of that in front of a whole bunch of people and cameras rolling, I just feel like there's no limit to what he would do outside of that. Somebody also was like, they feel like maybe he's in that type of situation with Dandruff, because Dandruff doesn't have a car. Dandruff, you ain't got no car, huh? And it's giving financial, is financial abuse a thing? I believe I've heard that term multiple times, But it's giving control. He wants to be in control of her. And every time Coleslaw gets mad, she talks about how he comes to the house and trying to get in the back door and getting aggressive where he can only email her and stuff, which I think she thinks that's cute. But that's neither here nor there. Tell me what y'all think about the whole male Martell thing. Tell me what y'all think about Martell telling people not to buy her products. He is a sassy little bitch. Exactly. Anyway, so now let's talk about Funky Dineva real quick. Let's shift over to Funky Dineva. Now, shout out to my girlie. If you in the comments, thank you. I appreciate you because you sent me on a whole hunt yesterday with this funky stuff. So Funky did a live yesterday, I believe. Let's see. Was it yesterday or the day before? No, it was the day before. Funky did a live on Tuesday. And for those of y'all who follow Funky, let me know if y'all part of the Funky bunch. I don't get triggered. Exactly. Don't get triggered. I'm just reporting what's brought to me, child. So Funky did his 7:00 live on Tuesday. And he started addressing the Tamar situation. He started off talking about Tamar and the women who were commenting saying that he's a man and he shouldn't be going back and forth with a woman. Now, I agree. I agree to a certain extent. Now, if that woman did what Tamar did, I say go ahead, curse her out. Male, woman, whatever. Curse her out because she did him dirty. So I think that I'm siding with Funky. I think that Funky had the right to curse Tamar out because she played in his face. And if she was his true friend, she would have stopped everybody from thinking that maybe Funky had something to do with her injuries. So excuse me. So we all know the story that went back and forth. So Funky started off addressing the women who said that, he shouldn't be going at Tamar and he shouldn't be arguing at no woman. And then it turned into a rant about the working girls and the cubicle girls. And he started off by saying, I'm addressing you women with vaginas. I said, come on, Sayama. So first of all, why is it all women? And the fact that you specify vagina, are you trying to say, hey, I'm not including my T-girls? I'm not including my girlies in the LGBTQ. I'm talking about some T-girls do have vaginas, so I'm not sure. But he said, I'm addressing you women with vaginas. He was like, you cubicle girls making $50,000. He said a bitch with a 9-to-5 can't tell him nothing. And then he said, even if you do got a man, you still got to go to work. He was like, a bitch like you could never tell me something like that. He was like, we don't even pray to the same God. Hold on, let me let y'all see this, y'all. Don't just take my word for it. Hold on.
So we can move on. You will never be able to hurt my feelings or browbeat me into submission, and you don't live the life I live. I'm sorry. This is finna sound rude.
So he said, you can never make me feel some type of way or beat me into submission if you don't live the life I live. So if I make the same amount of money that you make, I could beat you into submission. Is that, I was wondering, because remember after all of that beef, Funky was like, me and Tamar could still go to dinner and talk it out. So as long as they on your level or in your social class, they can do anything under the sun. Fuck what your character look like. I don't know. I don't want to read too much into this, but I mean, I'm just deciphering what's being said.
And it's going to sound very disrespectful. I will never upset my makeup or disturb my tears for no bitch that get up and go to work every day.
He said he'll never fuck up his makeup for a bitch that get up and go to work every day. Ooh.
There is nothing that a bitch who work out of a cubicle or a desk with a name placard on it,
a cubicle
or
girl.
There is nothing who bitch last name appear with a 3-digit extension next to the name on the company directory that can ever say to me to upset my makeup and disturb my tears, baby. We don't even play in the same life. We don't even play in the same. We don't live in the same neighborhood. We don't shop at the same place. We don't even we don't even pray to the same person. We ain't even got the same God, bitch.
Baby, when he said that, I said, what? He said, we don't even pray to the same person. We don't even have the same God. I said, what? Well, my God is good. I don't know how this rant went from Tamar. I think it was because of the girls who were saying that he shouldn't be arguing with women. But then it got to, I never listened to a bitch. I never upset myself for a bitch that worked every day or got a 9 to 5 or a cubicle girl. I'm sick of people shaming working class people. That's what I don't like. Because guess what? I get paid good, and I went to school for a long time to get this career, and I'm proud of myself. And I pride myself. I don't give a damn if I come down here talking shit with y'all on Reposado. You notice when y'all see me again, I'll be in that damn car because I be at work. Exactly. And my ESOP is crazy. Exactly. Anyway, I was shocked that he would say this because a lot of the people in the comments, the girlies were very upset because literally 80-90% of your audience are working class girls listening to YouTube on your lunch break. And I just want to say thank you to all of y'all. If you listen to me on your lunch break in the morning, drinking your coffee, that's why I always say, girl, please comment, because I'm going right back into work. I'm right there with y'all looking at drawings, typing and doing some more shit, and y'all making me laugh and helping my work day go by. I would never clown my supporters like that.
Okay, so he less than a man, bitch, you work. Bitch, you typing that from a $53,000 a year job.
Then clown the $53,000 girlies. Baby, I once made $55,000. Exactly. And thank God, because in all of the girlies out there making $50,000, keep at it, friend. Keep at it. Because if I tell you what I went from 3 to 4 years, I went from 53,000 to where I'm at, 55,000 to where I'm at. Exactly. So you're going to get where you need to be, Pooh. Girl, this was crazy. I'm glad whoever told me to watch this.
Girl. And the nigga you with less than a man too, because you still what? At work.
Child, this was something else. This was something else. And you know what? Funky says a lot of problematic stuff, from time to time. So that's why, you got to take it with a grain of salt. I was just snickling and giggling the other day when he was dragging Tamar, calling her a Muppet and all of that other shit. But this was something else. So some of these comments was crazy. Y'all see, I didn't went through the comments and liked half of the comments. This lady says, cubicle women make the world go round. Stay humble and kind. Salary has nothing to do with character. This one says, and it has 339 likes. It says, shout out to all the 9 to 5 girls, the ones with the extension after their last name. Y'all make the world go round. Y'all waive our overdraft fees. Y'all tell us. They just keep going on and on. This one says, I love your content, Funky, but I'd like to offer you some constructive feedback on tonight's show. Your diatribe on cubicle workers was very classist. It's not a matter of a hit dog will holler. The issue is that 9 to 5 workers are not beneath you because you have now arrived. Some of the Z-list celebrities network is lower than the ones that get up and go to work every day. Dissing the same audience that stood behind you while the mess was going on is crazy work. And that was crazy because some of y'all Funky bunch got in my comments and drugged the dog shit out of me for going there Funky. Which I didn't have nothing to say about Funky. I was mostly on Funky's side. I was literally dragging Tamar. But I was just like, oh my God. And then somebody else said, why are you dissing all of your audience? Because the comments go crazy. So somebody said you should be mad at your counterparts because they are the ones who were dragging you. And they were like, those are your colleagues, and Google does pay you. I don't know why he think that. I don't know. Maybe because Funky is still in a different tax bracket as far as YouTube is concerned with me. But to me, YouTube is still a job. I still have to come sit and talk to y'all every day for like an hour or two. Granted, it's fun, and I can sniggle and giggle and talk shit. But it's still a job. I literally have to get off here in like 10 or 15 minutes because I have an interview. I'm dropping an interview later on today. Y'all gonna like the girlies. I got an interview with 2 girlies and y'all gonna like it. Anyway, so I thought it was nasty work. But anyway, they were saying you should be beefing with your colleagues. It's not your fans. It's not your audience who you dissing. The cubicle girlies didn't do it. The other YouTubers were the ones who were dragging you. And they mentioned Tasha K, Michelle Atialian, and Armon. And I was like, when did Armon drag Funky? I know he had something to say about Funky a few months ago. So then I headed over to Armon page. I was like, did Armon talk about the Funky situation? We're going to play this and then we're going to get out of here, friend. Well, see, I wanted to talk about Claressa. I got a little time. Or no, we could talk about Claressa tomorrow. I don't know. Anyway, let me show y'all what girl Armon had to say because we've been talking about a lot of serious stuff. Let's snickle and giggle real quick. So this is what Armon had to say, child. And it's long, so I'm going to have to skip through it.
That appears to be our
Okay, so they saying that she had fell into some sleepwalking and broke all her teeth and woke up in a pool of blood. And if that's the case, why would you let them think that that was Funky Dineva? But Funky Dineva's a friend to none. Okay, and I'm still very triggered off of his Carlos King interview. So maybe I need to let the hurt go. But until then, I can't. So, but at the same time, I don't give a damn about Funky Dineva either.
So hold on, I forgot. I thought I said I subscribe. Oh, I thought I said I subscribe back to his channel. Anyway, so he's talking about the interview that remember Funky sat down with Carlos King and did that interview after the whole TGIF stuff and was saying that Armon is a self-sabotager and he needs to grow up and he went on and on. If y'all ain't see it, Funky Dineva went and sat down with Carlos King and was talking about Armon. Baby, listen to this shit.
Drag that hoe. Because at the end of the day, fell into some sleepwalking and broke all her teeth and woke up in a pool of blood. And if that's the case, why would you let them think that that was Funky Dineva? But Funky Dineva's a friend to none. Okay, and I'm still very triggered off of his Carlos King interview. So maybe I need to let the hurt go. But until then, I can't. So, but at the same time, I don't give a damn about Funky Dineva either. Drag that hoe. Because at the end of the day, my problem is this. Rightfully so, you should be able to drag. But the thing with Dineva is you're always above the mess and everybody should be above the mess and so mature. But when you feel played with, you making your money off of it. You going live every day. Bitches is Muppets. You slapping hoes on sight. Just is ugly. You crashing out. When you feel disrespected and you feel played with, you'll burn the bridge down because can't no hoe play with you. You sending threats to Tamar and everything else.
He's talking about that interview because Funky was telling Armon he shouldn't have played it that way with Al Reynolds and shit. And Armon is clocking the dog shit out of him because, bitch, now Tamar playing with you and now it's up and it's stuck. But you told me I was supposed to play nice with Al Reynolds.
But everybody else needs to grow up. Nigga. He's a joke. Dineva's a hypocrite and a fucking joke. That's why I can't respect it. Because, girl, absolutely you should be crashing out on Tamar because she had you twisted. But my thing is this. Girl, keep the same energy. Shut your ass up and go on live and act like it didn't happen. Grow up, hoe, and pay it. Let her trash you. Be mature. Girl, that's why I can't get behind him, because all the shit he talked, none of the rules apply to his ass.
I gotta give me one of them little machines, child.
It's like, girl, she's a joke to me. Like, she's a fucking walking contradiction in a joke, and I can't respect it at all. She's a fucking joke. It's no tea. It's like, and I would be with you. Drag her. But the problem is, it's only good when you feel slighted. He would tell me to pay it and grow up and know how to move and don't take it to the internet. So, bitch, you do the same thing. Grow up. Ho. Why are you making 2, 3, 4 videos on your friend? You said what you needed to say.
The doors of the church are open.
Because you don't like when a motherfucker lie on you and let a narrative run on you. Just like I didn't like when Al told you and you knew that I was apparently sleeping with Justin for the job at Fox O. You knew that bullshit. And that's why I cussed her ass out. And you gonna say I need to grow up. No, girl, you don't like when people let something rock on the internet. And you gonna take your crazy looking ass on to Carlos King and say that I need to grow up and I was being emotional immature. Yes, I'm still very pissed off about that because that was some bullshit that he pulled. Because Dineva is a hypocrite. That pissed me off, because why would you want to go on a huge platform like that and put my name out there to hundreds of thousands of people? You don't like that when people will let a narrative.
Child, y'all gotta go watch the whole video. Y'all gotta go watch the whole video. I said that's funky. Now, if you was gonna curse anybody out, don't curse your fans out. Don't talk about the cubicle girls. You should have been responding to Armon, because he just drugged your ass, and this was just 2 days ago. I said, woo, girl. I ain't gonna lie. I had to subscribe back to Armon. I said, child, I ain't mad no more. That boy had me cackling in the car. He had me snickling and fucking giggling, child. He went on. It's longer than that. And I skipped through a little bit, but the way he read funky, I said, child, a change gonna come. Is that anyway, y'all? I had fun with y'all. Let's talk about Claressa really, really quick, and then I gotta get the hell up out of here. I didn't mean for this video to be that long, but so that funky and that Armon thing, child. If y'all want to get a good snickle and a giggle after this video, go. It starts at the minute the 1 hour and 30 minute mark. That's when the Tamar and Funky rant starts. And it go on for like 30 minutes, child. He had me cackling. So Funky, leave your fans alone, child. Exactly. And it's crazy because you know Funky has like don't he host those trips and down to the bars in different cities and shit? After he went off on black women, though, I was like, I'm not going to nothing. I'm not going to nothing. So it's crazy that like you have events and stuff, and those same 9-to-5 cubicle girlies who can't tell you shit, you want them to buy your tickets and stuff. Like they literally support your lifestyle. I said, girl, if I ever, girl, this all I want to say. I appreciate y'all. I really appreciate y'all. And if I ever get too big in my y'all, hey, sis, hey, best friend, be humble, ho. Because I know even now, when I get up and I see a video at like 10,000, 15,000, I'm excited because I know there was a time where if I had a video that did 1,000 views, I was ecstatic. I was ecstatic. Like I've been homeless before. I've been carless before. I ain't been toothless. Well, I've been toothless before. I had a chip tooth. The moral of the story is I'm always grateful and humble because I know what rock bottom can look like. And I'm not gonna say somebody's gonna humble him because I'm not wishing on anybody's downfall, but I hope that it doesn't take him being humble for him to see that, hey, maybe I need to take a look at myself. Therapy works. I encourage therapy for everybody. Exactly. I'm big on therapy. And crazy pills if you need it. You better get that mood stabilizer, girl. Trust me, it does wonders. Anyway, okay, so before I leave, let's just go ahead and talk about Claressa real quick. She had this to say about the gay boys today. And any of my best friends.
I have nothing against gay, but y'all boys,
Hold on. Any of my friends, specifically my gay males, if you want to chime in and tell me your opinion, I would love to hear it. This is a safe place. I love you.
I got nothing against gays, but y'all boys who want to be girls, y'all can leave me the fuck alone. Y'all shouldn't be saying nothing to me. What I should be wearing, how my hair should, or if my hair should be down, or if my hair should be up. Baby, that's not your business. Worry about your hair and your makeup and your clothes. But for y'all, listen, y'all cute.
So she's speaking on, I guess, the gay males in the comments. I don't know, giving her fashion advice. At this point, you need to take all of the advice that you can get. But it said, so this is from the Neighborhood Talk. Shout out to the Neighborhood Talk. It says, Claressa Shields tells gay men to leave her alone and stop telling her how to be a woman. Worry about your hair, makeup, and your clothes. Stay in your motherfucking lane.
As hell, do y'all? But I'm cute in my own right, so I don't need y'all coming up over here to my world trying to tell me how I should be a woman, how I should be a girl. Stay in your motherfucking lane. Because yes, I get trolled by white people, black women, the dudes who want to be girls now, and then some of these boxer people. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole load of people that be talking their little shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's some of y'all standing out more than others. Y'all standing out more than others. So y'all black women, y'all standing out like a fucking sore thumb. Do better. Do better. Y'all boys that want to be girls, whatever. Y'all listen, y'all cute.
What's going on with her bottom teeth though?
You boo. But keep that shit over there with you. Don't be coming to my world trying to tell me how I should talk and how I should dress and how I should wear my hair up or down. You know, and it's something I'm wearing it's for wintertime or springtime. Don't worry about the woman that I am. Worry about you doing what you gotta do. Don't come messing with me.
Okay, so on some of these comments, the first comment says, she got a point. My biggest pet peeve is when a little boy speaks on how I should look. She said what she said. This just made me like her. Where is the lie? She said, well, this girl says, well, are you going to listen to any of the straight women with advice? I forgot to mention Roland Ray. Rest in peace to Roland Ray. He passed away. He was only 28. I reposted it. But may he rest in peace. You are still not that girl. I liked Roland Ray. He said what the fuck he said. Exactly. So may he rest in peace. Tell me what y'all think about what Claressa had to say. Do y'all think, and this is for everybody, I definitely want this to be a respectable conversation. So y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I do. I delete your comment and block you in a heartbeat. Do the women feel like you don't want to take advice from a gay male on your fashions or your appearance? And if you're a gay male or a T-girl in the comments, would you be offended if one of your friends or somebody told you, hey, I don't need your advice. You're a male. You don't need to tell me how to be a woman. I think giving someone fashion advice is different from someone trying to tell you how to be a woman. I will take fashion advice from anybody because some of the most fashionable people I've ever met in my life are gay males. And I'm gonna keep it funky with you. Maybe because of my experiences, but in my experience, I've had girlfriends and I've always had a few gay males. And in college, it was we hung around a bunch of gay males, and it was only me and this other girl. I'm a little apprehensive about taking fashion advice from some girls, because some of your friends will let you walk out looking crazy because she want to make sure she look better than you and get more attention than you. Let's be real. Let's be real, friend. Now, you may have some good friends, and if you got a good friend, more power to you. I appreciate you. But when I go out, I mean, even if I got a girlfriend here, I'm going to ask your advice. But in the back of my mind, I'm not sure whether or not she going to let me walk out looking crazy. because we see it all the time. You see a girl looking bad to the bone, and then her friend look rusty, dusty, and crusty. Why the fuck didn't you tell your friend that she looked rusty, dusty, and crusty? But this what I do know. I know for a fact that when I go out, if I ask my brothers, they gonna tell me. And if I ask my gay best friend, he gonna fucking tell me. He's gonna tell me. And then one comment, this guy was like, no, we trying to elevate your look. I would not be offended if one of my gay friends or if a gay male told me to change something. It depends on if that gay male was fashionable though. Now, if you a gay male and you look a damn mess, then I'm not taking your advice. But I'm sorry, some of the best stylists and fashionistas I know are males. So I'm damn sure gonna I'm taking anybody advice if I like your fashion, male or female. Even if you a straight male, you ain't even got to be a gay male. If you a male that know how to dress, my younger brother knows how to dress. He's a dresser. Exactly. So I'm always gonna ask him his advice on shit, hair and everything. If he be like, that shit ugly, I'm taking that shit off. Exactly. I'm sorry. So tell me what y'all think about what Claressa had to say and being offended that gay males were telling her how to dress. I think because a lot of people talk about Claressa's fashions, I feel like they just trying to help you out, Pooh. They probably just trying to give you some fashion advice. They probably not trying to tell you how to be a woman because they telling you don't wear kitten heels or don't wear this outfit or don't wear the glitter with the stripes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But it seems like a lot of women in the comments agree with Claressa. I don't know. I really would like to know y'all opinion on that because to me, it seemed like it was very divisive or whatever in the comment section. So chime in, tell me what y'all think. I had fun with y'all today. I will be dropping a video later on this evening, like I told y'all, with a few girlies. Y'all gonna enjoy it. Tell me what you think about the Martell and Melody stuff. I may go live with an update if some more stuff pop off on the internet, child. It's actually really sad how Martell is trying to handle this, but I'm not surprised. Because I mean, he just always been a bald head, like manipulative bitch. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because we was just snickling and giggling at Martell and how he clowned Maurice. But you just reminded us of how trifling and ugly you are at heart. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, child. Tell me what you think about the whole Martell and Melody situation. Orion chiming in, trying to allude that Mel jealous of her split ends. Girl, like I said, go get a hot or you then holler at us. And then tell me what y'all think about Funky going off on his subscribers or the cubicle girls or the 9-to-5 girls. He said a bitch who go to work every day could never tell him nothing. Bitch, don't you want to put your feet on my rug? Don't you want? Okay, y'all. And tell me what y'all think about that Armon rant. Y'all better go watch that. That shit funny as hell. Anyway, I love y'all. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. Can y'all please share my video? I'm trying to get to 17,000 subscribers. So check and make sure you subscribed. Don't do me like that, friend. Anyway, I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.